and there would be some sort of a either revenue share or a profit share component, and thereby the federal government would also be benefiting from that, rather than, for example, when you look at the 4 refineries, if you look at the amounts of money spent in the last 10 years, for example, or in the last 12 years on turnaround maintenance, you can build more than 4 of those refineries.
Over time, the NESG has conducted periodic surveys, periodic economic advocacy and forums concerning the economy. How much of your policy advocacy does the federal government heed to?
We are about the national economy. We are about the Nigeria as an entity that we believe that every citizen has a right to express themselves when it comes to the proper running of the country. And it so happens that the Nigerian Economic Summit Group is concerned about all aspects of governance that have to do with the well-being of every citizen. So in that regard, we are always having conversation about not us, but about Nigeria as a corporate entity. And we believe very strongly that a well-run country will have a better, in most cases, a better economic policy and aspirations that would touch the lives and improve the lives of every citizen. So in that regard, we will continue to maintain an open channel of communication with any government in place, in our belief that the recommendations we pass on to government will be to the benefit of every citizen.
Now let's look at the challenge of food security. Let's start by looking at your assessment on the newly inaugurated task force on food security in the country.
I don't. I haven't actually seen the task force. I think I saw a picture of meeting. Yeah, what we need is actually a task force on some of the urgent areas of the economy that need to be addressed. And I would probably reserve any comments until I see what sort of plans they have. If the plans are going to be, I would imagine that it will not going to be any different from some of the points and things we have been articulating regarding agriculture, because food security is directly or indirectly linked to the core, which is agri processing and so on and so forth. So it would be the entire agri value chain that need to be addressed. And I think I've mentioned quite a bit about that aspect earlier on in our discussion.
You seem to be of the opinion that the Central Bank of Nigeria is not managing the inflation rightly. So what is the way to go? How should it be best managed?
Now, what we have here with what the posture of the Central Bank, unfortunately, and this is a personal position, this is not the position of NESG per se. My own personal feeling is that there appears to be no transparency in the way and manner in which FX is allocated in this country. And when you have a situation that if it is as simple as first in, first out, then I know as a foreign investor, if I bring in my money and I'm about to take part of my profit or part of my money out, I will be in a queue, and that queue may last for 6 months or 3 months or 2 months or whatever the case may be. I know that no one is going to cut in front of me in the queue. Then it would appear to be transparent.
Malam Ababuka Kiari, Chairman, Economic Summit Group, thank you so much for making our time to be part of this episode of Question Time. Thank you very much indeed. And that's it on this episode of Question Time. You may also send us your comments on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Join us next week on another exciting episode of the show on Channels Television. Many thanks for watching. I'm Benga Ashuru. Bye for now.